Good morning. It's morning here in Las Vegas, and I am your coach, Tracy. I just wanted to touch base with you, sis. And I want to talk to you today about the next part of the toolbox, which the first thing that was really important when I went into therapy, we started with couples therapy. And right off the bat, one of the greatest pieces of advice that we got was that we will not make a decision on what's going to happen with the business, the family, any of it for 6 months. The first 6 months for us was about him trying to help me feel better. And his role was to figure out how he could help me through this. He was very willing to do that. I'm not saying it was easy. I'm just saying what I liked about that was that it took a lot of the burden off of what do I do? My instinct as a human is to always just run, because trauma all the way back to my childhood was me always just waiting for the other shoe to drop. I was always on the run trying to get away or escape having my life blown up. So my initial reaction was I immediately went to find an apartment, to get out, to just get away from it all. And while that may be something that a lot of people would benefit from, taking a beat and just really being able to say, we're not going to make any big decisions for 6 months so that we can figure out what we want to do and how we want to handle this. And if we are going to uncouple, we are going to uncouple positively and in a fashion that is kind to each other. And that in my first marriage, that never happened. It was pretty solidly ugly, like most people's divorces were. So I was open to that. I was willing to do that because it would take some of the pressure off of me when I'm in the middle of a spiral. And when you have discovery and when you're in the middle of really an ongoing trauma, such as betrayal, and I'm going to use betrayal over infidelity a lot because it is betrayal. It's just like the most gut-wrenching feeling that somebody could do that to you. How could they love you? How could they love our kids? How could they, do all of those things? It was complete and utter shock and betrayal. So for me, it was a really strong movement, moving the needle forward to step back and say, I will agree to do this if I take 6 months, and knowing that there's no timeline for healing. If I say that I'm not going to do anything for 6 months, I don't have to make any major decisions right now. That will allow me to make smarter choices as long as I was safe in my home and safe as a mom and safe as a human and had everything I need and there was no abuse happening, which there wasn't. I had the ability to step back for a moment and process what was happening. So that was kind of really important. That was an important step. And so in the toolkit, I wanted to incorporate that because a lot of people, rightfully so, want to get away from the perpetrator, the abuse, the betrayal. They want to get out. And I've been there, and I don't recommend it. It's you end up losing out. And of course, your lawyers and all of those things can tell you, you're going to lose your home. And there's a lot of layers to that. But I'm speaking from a toolkit perspective of as a betrayed, as a betrayed spouse, taking a beat and taking that 6 months and saying, I don't owe any big decisions right now. The only thing I need to do is take care of myself in this time frame. And because my partner was interested in not reconciling, but continuing on with the relationship, we made an agreement together with our therapist that we would both work toward that goal. So if you can do that, that is a really, amazing bit of the toolkit. It's an amazing choice because it'll give you time to really reflect on what is going on and how to move forward with intention and to be safe and to take care of all of the necessary parts moving parts of your life. Okay. So that's really super important to know. So the crux of that is, if it's possible, you do not have to make any big decisions for at least 6 months. You don't owe anybody any decisions right now. Okay.